Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back. If you're returning, I guess. Welcome to episode 21 of... I'm gonna fix this. I'm bending my neck right now. It's crazy. I feel like a hunchback. Episode 21, Revelations with me. My name is Kid Revel, if you didn't know that already. Yeah, thanks for coming. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. You know what we do here. You know what it is. If it's your first time joining us, welcome. Thanks for coming. Revelations is just a show where I talk about, my day-to-day life as an independent artist and try and give any advice to any and everyone. Audio is messed up. How was audio messed up? So he said audio is messed up. How so? I'm scared. What happened? Jesse said the audio is messed up, so I'm just trying to make sure everything's good. Everybody say if the audio is messed up right now. Say it. If it's just Jesse, whose audio is messed up, then sorry. But tell me if my audio is messed up, please. Sounds a bit light. Does this sound better? Turned up? How does this sound? Hello, hello. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Let me turn this fan off. How about this? Check, check, check. 1 2 3 4. How are we? Sounds like out of a computer. Normalish to me aside from what I said before. So does it sound glitchy or not? Just tell me if I sound like a robot or not. Come on, guys. It's not that hard. Not messed up. Sorry, Jesse. Your audio's just messed up. Anyway, if it's your first time viewing, Revelation just a show where I talk about my day-to-day life and try to give any advice that could help anybody else that's trying to build a business or, just make a career out of their passion, out of their hobby, and I guess just for anybody trying to be productive and trying to get more done, and I guess it's a show about everything. Trying to put it into a box like that is kind of dumb, but in general, I like this show to just be about whatever it currently is I'm working on, whatever I'm doing and going through, and yeah. So welcome back, welcome. If you haven't yet, hit the like button. I'm trying to finesse this algorithm. And drop a comment if you're watching this after the fact, because we got people chatting it up in here as we speak. But drop a comment. Let me know what you think of the video after the fact. Whatever. Just kind of echoey. I'm kind of confused. Like, what did I do? Like, this is always how I record in here. I mean, not very clear like usual. Huh. Make sure you choose your mic as your source of... yeah. I mean, it's there, bro. If y'all could hear me. Like, does it sound like my computer? Hold on. Oh. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, bro. Oh my god. Wow. That's crazy. I literally, because like the audio was coming through in that way, through that way, I never selected the audio or the interface as the audio source. Like I'm telling y'all, like I'm sure you guys are gonna be like, oh my god. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry about that. I apologize. That was on me. Let me know if it sounds good. We're already 6 minutes in. My bad, y'all. That's crazy. Everybody just started texting me and messaging at once. That's hilarious. Hey, Joey just called me a noob. He just texted me and called me a noob. Joey, I don't want to hear a word out of your mouth, bro. You don't know anything about. You would have done that, and then you would have not know how to fix it, and then you would have freaked out. So shut up. I figured it out. Ben called it too. What am I talking about? So I'm gonna run it back, so in case I want to like edit this and cut it down to a full episode. So, welcome to Revelations, episode 21. My name is Kid Revel, if you didn't know that already. And yeah, Revelations is just a show where I talk about the life of an independent artist and give any advice that might be helpful to anybody out there trying to create a business or just be productive and achieve their goals. And yeah, so like, comment, subscribe if you haven't done that already. We go live every Monday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And yeah, we figured out the audio. We're good. Everything's okay. Life will go on. And we're good. So, what is today's episode? Today's episode is called Take a Step Back. Why is it called Take a Step Back? Because I kind of lately, I mean, as some of you guys may have noticed, like as of late, I don't know, I've been reevaluating a lot of the shit I've been doing and what I've been putting time into and what I've really been focusing on, and you know, I need to stop saying and you know, I've been doing the podcast Revelations every Monday since, I don't know when the first episode was. I think it was September last year when we did the first episode. How many weeks is 21 weeks? I don't know math. We've been doing this show for, you know, like 6 months, maybe something like that. Yeah, okay, I can't even do the math. Okay. Never mind. I've been doing the show for a while, since like September. And, you know, I do it every Monday, and it's not like it takes up a huge amount of my time, but the fact that I have Revelations every Monday is like a day out of the week that's cut. And you know, I love doing the show, and I love coming on here and talking about whatever it is I want to talk about, and you know, just giving you guys content every week and being able to interact with you guys live every week, and it's just fun. It's a cool thing I can do every week. However, unless I'm having a guest on the show, the show genuinely doesn't feel productive to me because, well, I can't really necessarily say that, right? But it feels like when I do this show every Monday and I don't have a guest on and I'm not interacting with somebody and I'm not networking while doing the podcast, or at least having like a specific theme that I wanted to talk about, which today I do, which is fine. So it's, you know, regardless, it feels like I'm just making up something to do for the podcast. And, you know, if I was trying to grow the podcast and become a big podcaster and have this be a huge podcast, I would be okay with, because then I'll just be doing the podcast to do the podcast. But ultimately, I'm just trying to make music here, and I'm trying to, you know, share my art and inspire as many people as possible and just give you guys, you know, the best shit that I can. And that really doesn't have anything to do with podcasting. But, you know, I like going live with you guys every Monday, and I like doing live stuff. So it kind of started to make me think about the podcast and what I wanted to do in general.
And so, as you guys know, like you might be wondering, why am I going live this week? Because last week we went live on Instagram and I just made beats and talked about it a little bit, but I didn't really get to share this with the people that really watch the show, that are on here on YouTube every week and stuff. Y'all might not have even seen, like the update post or anything like that, or may not have read it or whatever the fuck. But ultimately, what I said last week on IG Live is that I feel like going live on Twitch would be a better idea for a live stream, simply because it's a live stream platform and there's like a specific category on there called music, and you can get paid off there for advertising, and it's a better streaming platform, right? So if I wanted to do a live stream where I could interact with you guys every week, maybe multiple times a week, where I could make beats, where we could have conversations like these and go even deeper and do stuff like that, I feel like that would be amazing. And so that was kind of my plan. But I thought Revelations should also, and I don't, none of this is decided yet, and I would love to hear your opinions on this, and that's why we have the chat, and that's why we do this live. So if there's anything I say that y'all have an opinion on, just drop it in the chat, please, because, I want to talk about it. What was I saying? I wanted Revelations to be a podcast that I could drop, maybe once, twice a month, but I would only have guests on it. Not necessarily only, but it would be something very specific where the video might be edited, where it would just be more of a podcast. It would be more specific to each topic we were talking about, going more in depth, and nothing would be done just for the sake of doing it. You know what I mean? Just for the sake of having a Revelations on a Monday. And really, that just feels like episodes with guests. Feels like the least just coming up with something to do, right? So that was my plan, and I'm still thinking about doing that. But, the whole live stream isn't necessarily set up. I can't stream making beats, and I can't use OBS and stream and also make beats and use all my plugins with my current computer. My shit's just too old and too weak. So I already ordered the new computer, but it's just not here yet. It's not set up yet, so I can't do that portion of the stream yet. So I figured, just go live on YouTube, do a regular Revelations episode. Plus, I have a lot of shit to talk about today, so I just thought it'd be good. But the idea is really that I want to do a live stream every Monday, maybe even more often than that. Maybe just on like a random, like maybe nobody would show up. I have no idea, but I would do it like around 6 p.m. on a day when I have nothing else going on. I would go live. I would, just have conversations. Like if there was something on my mind, I would literally just talk about it. And I would make beats at the same time. Maybe I would record. I don't know what I would do, but it would just be some different stuff. And I could have guests on that as well. And it would be much more spontaneous, where people would just come through to Joey's and just sit down and talk shit for literally however long they want to, and they can leave whenever they want to, and it's not structured like how I'd like Revelations to be. So that's the thought. And honestly, I think it sounds like a lot of fun. I would love to hear, thoughts, opinions, comments, questions, concerns on that. But yeah, so it's really just about making the best use of my time. And it feels like doing an episode of Revelations specifically, where it's supposed to be a show where I give advice and I talk about, my current situation, and I cover specific topics. Yeah, it doesn't feel like that's necessarily what I'm doing every week. It feels more like bullshitted a little bit. Not necessarily that like anything I talk about is bullshit, but just like I'm coming up with a topic just to have a conversation about it. It's not like something that's specific to what I'm doing, or I can give any groundbreaking or, good advice on it. So, those are my thoughts. I don't see y'all chatting or anything. Maybe y'all are just listening to this in the background. I don't mind that at all. So, yeah, that's just what I think. And so the plot is, if you want to know, I'm going to do Revelations on Mondays. I'll probably live stream certain episodes. I'll probably have to pre-record certain episodes, but I like doing these live just because it makes it structured. It makes it easy. I'll probably continue to do Revelations every Monday. And if I don't have what up, Jaden? Jaden just pulled up. What up, Mike? And if I don't have a specific topic for Revelations, I'm gonna go live on Joey, do you have a YouTube account? Why can't you comment in the chat, bro? Why are you texting me? I'm so confused. Yeah, so I just want to I think that it would be a good idea to continue to do revelations if I have something I want to talk about, and if I don't, I'm going to go live on Twitch with my whole setup, and like I said, it'll be start the stream. It could be as long as I want it to be. Start the stream, probably start it off sort of with a conversation, just talk about, because I want to interact with y'all when y'all first pull up. I don't want to just pull up making a beat. Just have a conversation with y'all for like 30 minutes, make a beat, have it like talk a little bit more about whatever the fuck else, make another beat, maybe have a caller in, because like I could connect Zoom to the shit, so it's like if somebody just wants to call in, somebody happens to watch the stream and they're like, oh, I want to call in, or they could just FaceTime me on my phone and we could just talk over the microphone or whatever. It could just be much more fluid, right? So I would do that every Monday, and maybe I would do that even other days, like Wednesdays would probably be another good day for that, maybe Sundays. And yeah, it just, Twitch feels like a good spot for the live streaming portion. And obviously I would continue to stream Revelations when it's a podcast on YouTube. I wouldn't do that on Twitch because that feels too all over the place. Yeah, that's just sort of what the deal would be. I probably won't do Revelations every week, but if I have something to talk about or a guest coming on, then I feel like that would be a good plot. And yeah, so that's kind of the whole take a step back on the podcasting and live stream portion of things, right? And yeah, obviously, like I said, I would love to hear y'all's thoughts on that. But if y'all are all in agreement and y'all all think that's a good move, then we'll keep it pushing. So, and then as for taking a step back, I'm just talking about my own personal, like why I did this episode and everything. If you're wondering, if you just joined and you're wondering, it feels like with the music, obviously I make a fuckload of music. I never don't make music. I make, I've been making a lot of beats, as you could probably tell on my stories. And I've been recording on those beats. I've been making some heaters. But like as y'all have probably noticed, some of you have already commented on it. Some of you haven't. So I don't know if you have. The only music I've dropped for probably over 6 months is like Music Will Tear. In My Sleep is out now, by the way. Which isn't a problem for me because I like the collaboration and I certainly got a lot better over that course of time. But I feel like a lot of you guys miss the solo shit because I feel like when I drop with him, it's equivalent to me dropping alone, right? I don't know why I feel that way, but it's because I'm putting effort into the song and I'm putting effort into the drop, and we're doing a photo shoot and we're doing everything that I would be doing, for a solo song, and I only have so much energy for all the shit I do, on a week to week basis, and it's like I honestly feel that I could grind harder sometimes, and sometimes I can, but we'll get to the whole burnout thing in a second. And so yeah, those drops feel to me sort of like an actual drop, but it seems like when you guys see it, like those are collab drops and those are cool, but that's not me. Like that's not my whole shit. Like I have my own thing going on. So, and so does Terror. Obviously, he's already dropped like 2 singles this month. So, it's just 2 separate things. Collaboration and solo stuff. So, I've had to take a step back and realize that, okay, I need to be focusing on my own shit at the same time while I'm also focusing on that. But I can't let that take the front seat of my own shit because I haven't been focused on my own shit a lot. So as for the music shit, I'm dropping a single next month, maybe a music video, but music video people are very it's very, on and off right now, like with who you can get to do things. Unless you're paying a bunch of money, then you could probably get somebody to really get something done in a good amount of time. But I'll definitely be doing a live performance video for that, and I'll be dropping that on the full one on YouTube. I'll drop a minute long clip on IG most likely, and y'all will see, right? Whatever happens. But I'm certainly dropping a single next month, and it'll be insane. I don't even know what song I want it to be yet. I need to figure that out. But I'll probably start dropping a song a month for a little while. I think that's like, I think that's a decent move because I don't like dropping anything more than that because it feels like I'm not putting enough effort into the drops themselves. So I'll most likely be dropping a song a month for a minute because I'll have more songs than that, made each month. Obviously, I make a lot of songs, but I'll drop one a month, try and get music videos for it. But yeah, that's kind of it. As for the music stuff, I don't want to give away too much because I certainly have more plans than that. But I want to keep y'all on your toes. But just know I've got a lot of shit on the way for solo shit. I took a step back on that and I figured out, what I need to do. And yeah, so let's get into the actual topic this week. Stop talking about me. I need to pull up my notes. So, as I kind of said for myself already, I think a very important part of doing anything, if you're focused on something and you're trying to achieve goals and you feel like you hit a roadblock, or even if you don't, even if you're just, have your heels dug into anything and you're just, it's all you think about all day, it's all you do all night, it's important to take a step back and look around, I think, because tunnel vision is a good thing for a certain amount of time, but when it comes down to it, it's also, tunnel vision is very blinding because it feels to me when you have tunnel vision, you don't necessarily know the direction you're going in. You see straight ahead and, you see whatever it is you're chasing. You see straight ahead towards that, but you don't necessarily see the things going on in your peripheral vision, and those things can be some of the most important things. I don't know, like it's a weird analogy, but if you're, for example, I was so focused on doing like this project with Terror and getting these music videos done and just recording a fuckload of songs because he wanted like a lot of songs. So it was like a fuckload of songs. Let's get a bunch of videos. Let's get like 5 videos done. Let's do this. Let's do that. And in theory, those are all good things. And if we had taken the action required to really get all those things done, I'm sure I would be happy with it. And I'm sure these things would be good. But I was so focused on like doing those things and pushing so hard on that I really wasn't focusing on myself, because I was like, oh, we just need to get this project out, yada yada yada, and it just kept getting further and further, like for when we wanted to drop it. But I also didn't see, like, I don't know, it felt like I wasn't, like I could have been making beats like months and months and months ago, and I could have been recording solo shit months and months and months ago, and been stacking up songs and been recording performance videos and been planning for the next project and shit. And it just feels like, I just didn't do enough for my own shit. And it felt like my tunnel vision on this one project that it's like, it's like I could have done both simultaneously is what I'm saying. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with fucking doing that project. Like, I'm glad I did it. We have a lot of great songs together, but I was missing the peripheral vision, like these things on the sidelines that were like, practice your beat making, practice recording your own shit. Because in my brain, I was like, oh, I'm doing the work already. I'm already working so hard on this one thing that, like, these other things that I could be working on, on the sidelines are kind of irrelevant. Although I was practicing a lot of guitar and stuff like that. So I'm not, I'm not a complete fuck up. But you get what I mean. That's sort of my example. You really got to take a step back and look at what you're working on and what you're putting your time into, I think, is the most important thing. Damn, dry mouth. We've talked about this before. On the time is, I forget what that episode was called. Time is money. Time is something. Time episode. Anyways, we talked about basically. Damn, I'm fucking. How you got to look at every day, right? Individually, or every week, or whatever it is, however many time, and you got to like genuinely look at like when your phone, gives you that thing every week, like, oh, you spent fucking 12 hours a day. I know that's a crazy number. It's not like that's not me, but it's like you spent like 7 hours a day on your phone every single day this week. And then you think like, what the fuck? Like I was genuinely wasting 7 hours a day, doing nothing essentially, right? Just fucking sitting on social media or YouTube or Netflix or whatever the fuck else. I mean, maybe there are productive things you can do on your phone. I'm sure there are productive things you can do on your phone, but we all know that's not what you're doing 7 hours a day. So it's like that. You kind of got to audit the time you spend every day doing whatever it is. And because a lot of people, including me, come up with bullshit things to do throughout the day because days are fucking boring. It's like you'll come up with some bullshit ass tasks that won't get you anywhere in life. Just like, I don't have any examples for that necessarily. I mean, like, because there are a lot of things that you could do throughout your day that are good, like, clean your room and do shit like that. But ultimately, you want the things you do every day to add up and stack up to something bigger than wherever you're at now. So that would be like, my examples for that is like I play guitar every day. I make at least like two to three beats every day, just because I know that compounding is like a real thing. And like if I do those things every day and I continue to do those things and practice at them every single day, no matter how good or bad I may sound today, in a year, if I continue to do those things every day, I'm going to be way fucking better. Like that's just fucking science. It's math. I'm not like trash at any of these things that I'm doing. So it's like, I'll get there. And you'll get there, right? Like that's kind of what we're talking about here. It's like if you have a little thing in your brain, whether it's, like working out or, I'm trying to think what else like people do like on a day-to-day basis, like learning about something. Like let's say you're like learning about stocks or something. That's an example for Ben. That's just for you, bud. Like you're learning about stocks. It's like the first day you watch like a video about stocks, you might not understand anything, but you continue to watch these videos day after day and practice putting a few dollars into certain stocks and doing this and that and constantly doing this shit every single day. Like you say, like, okay, I'm going to put 30 minutes into learning about stocks and, doing a little bit of trading, this and that. In a year, you're going to literally know so fucking much about stocks. Or if you want to be a videographer, say, put away 30 minutes every day to watch like a cinematography video, right? And put away 30 minutes every other day to film something, and then 30 minutes every other day on opposite filming days to edit those things. And like do that shit every day and do that shit every week. That just stacks up. That's 30 minutes every day. That's not that much for most people, and when you get there, but you just need to know you're doing something every day that's going to compound into something greater. And this is something we talk about all the time, but just reevaluate your priorities. You got to take a step back and look at what you're doing every day and every week and what you've done in the past month and in the past year, and appreciate, all of the great things that you've done and all the accomplishments that you've made. But don't get, don't drink your own Kool-Aid, lost in the sauce. Can't fuck around, man. You gotta be honest with yourself, and you really just gotta reevaluate priorities. If you got people around you that are honest with you, ask them. Be like, yo, like, you seen what I've been doing, like, could I be doing more? You know what I mean? So reevaluate dude, I can't speak today. Reevaluate your priorities, minorities, sororities, majorities. So, next topic I wanted to talk about Any questions, class? By the way, any comments? This show's fun, man. I mean, like I said earlier, it's like it feels like some of these episodes are kind of bullshit, but these episodes from home are really fun too, because it feels less like I'm being interrogated in a dungeon. It's just much more comfortable in here. We got new lights in that room and new chairs and shit, so hopefully it'll be more comfortable next time. I want to like redo the setup a little bit. I kind of want to have Ben on camera, and Joey got these new chairs, so I want to have us like sitting in our chairs, and the whole room is like a certain color, and then we each have our mics, and then we just talk shit. Because that would be so much fun. Like for Revelations, like we would just come up with a topic, and Ben would do some like little research shit where he like brings like some rapper beef from the past week for us to talk about. That would be so much fun. Because then Revelations would be much more like, that's sort of what it is too, right? Well, I still can do the Twitch stream, and I can do that shit. Maybe not even on Mondays. If I come up with like some sort of segment or something to do on every episode of Revelations, I could continue to do this every Monday, you know, on YouTube. Even if I like had to pre-record it with a guest or something, coming up with some sort of, and I already thought about that, but I never really put into action. I just need to make this show more exciting and more, you know, exciting for you guys, because you guys come, but it's like I need to make it so we can have like really good clips that we can post and, you know, attract people to the show and everything. Let me know what you guys think. I need to write that down. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep doing start up the Twitch stream, just because I want to make beats on live and shit like that. But I can do both, you know. I just need to stop being a bitch. I completely forgot what I was talking about. I think we finished the reevaluating your priorities topic. So if there's no questions about that, Jesse said, "Should we be lit as fuck?" I don't know if. Oh, you're talking about the segments or whatever. Yes. All right. So next topic is setting realistic goals and standards. So we already have had a setting goals episode. We're revisiting it again. It's a little bit different though. So sort of what this topic is about is, for me, that, you know, you have to set realistic goals, and obviously you can set crazy goals long term and whatever. For short term, such as like a year or 6 months or 1 month, setting realistic goals and standards is sort of a separate thing. Setting realistic goals for yourself is super important, but setting ambitious goals is also important, right? Like, we're not talking about set easy goals. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you gotta set goals that just make the most sense, right? So like my goals for this month, what were they? I wanted to record 5 or more songs that I made beats to, make 35 or more beats, and shoot a performance video. And I've done, I think I've done 4 out of 5 of those things, right? And it's only the 22nd. I could have wrote more things, but those are realistic goals that I could just get done this month. But it was like, those were things that I was like, okay, these shits are gonna be done by the end of the month. Like, it's gonna, like, fuck it, like, you just gotta go. And you just gotta set realistic and little goals like that are just, you know, keep you moving, because it's so easy to be stagnant and so easy to just fall into you know, old habits. Like, that's really easy for me too, like to fall into the habit of not getting shit done every day and not really caring if you don't get shit done every day. Like, that's such an easy thing to get into, is just sort of being lazy. And it's so easy to be lazy, especially with COVID, where you don't have to go anywhere. Like, I could just literally lay in my fucking bed all day and watch Netflix and YouTube, bro. What the fuck? You guys get what I mean, right? Like, it would be so easy for me to do nothing all day. It would be so easy. I have nowhere to be except for work. But I create the places for me to be, right? Like, I go to the studio like two to 3 times a week. You know, I create shit for myself to do, because obviously I wouldn't be talking about this if I wasn't about the shit I was talking about. But you just gotta fucking, and this is the standards. This is exactly what I'm talking about when I say setting standards for yourself is like you really gotta you gotta set a standard and hold it, right? Like you can't let yourself, when it comes to old habits and when it comes to just I don't know if everybody has like the old habits that I do, but it feels really easy, or it feels really important. It feels fairly obvious to me that you get better over time, and if you don't, then well, shit. But like, when you go through high school and you get out of high school and you go to college, you become a more productive person and you get more shit done. And generally, right? But there can be things that happen, whether it's like a breakup or you lose somebody that you love, or just a different situation, and you can fall back into those old habits. Or it can just be something as simple as you didn't get the promotion you wanted, or you got fired, or something much less impactful as like a death or something like that. It's so easy just to like let little things like that just drag you back into the time when you wouldn't get shit done every day, and when you weren't a productive person, and when I'm sort of talking to myself here, obviously, because I don't know anything that you guys are fucking going through, or whatever the fuck. Like, I'm obviously talking to myself here, but that's just what I think. And I think that if you set standards for yourself, like, you gotta hold yourself to them no matter what. Like, it's certain things where you really can't, fucking let that shit overcome you, right? I guess that's the word I was looking for. You really got to I don't know if that's, you gotta overcome that shit is what I meant to say. Yeah, you really just got to. And what do I mean by setting standards? I'm just keep like rambling on about what you got to do. What do I mean by setting standards? I mean, like, you got to have things you do every day, and say like a standard of mine would be like, I'm sure I heard this somewhere. I'm sure I didn't make this up. Like, I can't go with the most important things in my life, right? Like, there are certain things that I let drop out, obviously, because they're not like the peak thing, but it's like there's certain things that I don't let myself going over 2 days without. Like, that's my standard for certain things, like playing the guitar, making a beat, working out, I don't know what else. I think that's really it. But like, those things are like so important in like my day-to-day life. I don't let myself go. Like, it'll be a day, next day if I don't do it, okay, I gotta do it tomorrow, and then I'll do it tomorrow. Like, you have to do it tomorrow. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that shit. And that's how you set a standard, is you really just gotta make rules for yourself, right? Which is weird, because it's like, wow, I set rules for myself. I don't really give a fuck about anything. But if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. But that's just, if you want to be, you got to hold yourself accountable, I guess, is what setting standards means. Like, you don't got to set standards that you're not going to follow, right? Because that's just going to make you feel like shit, because you're going to be like, oh yeah, I was supposed to do all this shit, and now I'm not, and I'm fucking lame. But just got to set standards that are realistic. I mean, that's why I only named 3, right? Like, there's other things I could have named that I just won't do every other day. Like, that'd just be a lie. But yeah, I feel like that's fairly simple. I think you guys probably get what I'm talking about. Maybe we got in here. We still got 6 people in here. 5, 4, 6. This shit's bouncing around. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Let me know if you're still in here. Drop a hoya on the chat. Give me a hoya on the chat if you're still with us. But yeah, so that's kind of it. That's what I think about that topic. Cause you gotta set standards, and you really gotta set realistic goals and keep it pushing and keep it moving. And that's what I gotta say about that. And what's the next topic? Dealing with creative and emotional burnout. Jesse's still here. He gave me a Hoya. I didn't see any other Hoyas, so I'm assuming it's only Jesse, even though I know it's not. And y'all are just, messing with me or something. But yeah, so, get back to the topic. So, dealing with creative and emotional burnout is not easy, but it's something that I deal with pretty often. I don't know why, but it feels like more often than not, like I'll start like a real grind sesh where I'll just go hard as fuck for like 2-3 months, and like it'll just be like non-stop, just like I don't like just working, just fucking making music, shooting shit, doing whatever. Connor gave me a Hoya. What's up, Connor? Good to know you're with us, sir. Thank you for joining us. When I'm working my ass off for like 3-4 months, because I do that, and I'm kind of bad at doing like a medium amount of work all the time. Like I'm always like fucking foot to the fucking pedal to the metal for like a month and a half, and then I fucking crash and burn for like a month. And yeah, it's annoying, and it's a not a fun thing to deal with, but I get out of it every time, and I continue moving. So I feel like maybe something I'll cover when I figure it out is, like working a medium amount and never really dealing with the burnout. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about dealing with creative and emotional burnout. And by emotional burnout, that's sort of like, I feel like that's more of like a quarantine thing. I guess most people didn't deal with this so much, or at least I didn't deal with this so much when COVID wasn't a thing. But it's like, it feels like right now it's so easy just to get caught up in your own shit and think that because like you just don't have a lot of people to talk to, you don't have a lot of distractions, there's a lot more thinking than most people have. It's like it's so easy to just, for me at least, to get caught up in my own shit and just think like, man, like I have it so bad, yada yada yada, like, and then that just like fuels like the burnout of like the creativity shit, and it's just like just fucking tired, bro. Like you just like, I just want shit to be fucking normal, and I just want to feel like I'm doing the work that I'm supposed to be doing, and I want to feel like this and that and that and that. But how do you deal with that? So I guess the way that I kind of deal with it is a few things. So as for like, just burnout in general, I feel like you got to give yourself a break sometimes, right? That's an important thing, is that like, if you're a hustler, and I consider myself not necessarily a hustler, but I consider myself a fucking grinder. Like I said, I work my ass off, and it's so easy to get to the point where you're just tired and you feel like you're burnt out and just feel like you can't stop, right? Like there's no point of stopping, because like that would be defeat, right? That would be losing. And that's how it feels for me, right? Like if I'm grinding my ass off and then I stop working that hard, I'm like, what's wrong with me? Why did I stop working that hard? Like it was going so well, and then I got to the point where it just is done. I feel like an important thing is like, before you get to that burnout point, and obviously you don't know where that burnout point is, but while you're at a really good level, I feel like it's important to take sort of little steps back. Like that's what this episode is about, right? I don't know that I necessarily got to the burnout point, because I've been making music, I've been recording and doing all this shit for like the past 6 months since September. I don't even know my months, so yeah, that's like 6 months. Is it like 6 months? Might be more. Whatever. I've been doing this shit for a minute. I don't necessarily feel completely burnt out, and I took like 1 week off of Revelations, and now I'm back, and I'm energized, and like, I may not look energized, but I'm here. I'm excited about doing the show and coming up with segments and shit, but I kind of gave myself a break, right? Like it was like, with all the shit with Terror, I felt like I wasn't doing as much work as necessarily when I was doing Hold Your Peace and Mental Warfare. However, those projects I didn't get that tired after those projects. I just didn't keep going, and then the music with Terror came up, and then that's just sort of what happened, right? Like I was gonna drop probably another project in the fall or winter, I think was my plan. Like I had it all written out for my solo shit, but then it just completely went out the window. But that I'm taking, like, right now, like the past couple weeks really have been for me, like, really taking a step back and really looking at what do I want to do this year? What music do I want to drop? What do I want to make merch? Do I want to do this? Do I want to do that? What do I want to do with the podcast? What do I want to do with the live stream? Like just evaluating everything, right? And I can't say that I figured it out yet, but I'm figuring it out as we speak, and there's no sign of me stopping anytime soon, right? New music next month. Hopefully a video with it. If not, a little bit after, maybe it'll have a video. I'll definitely have a performance video for it, and I'm gonna try and do a new single every single month for a minute. And yeah, a lot more stuff. I'm gonna start designing some merch and shit. Not for a little while, because I want to be able to sell it and make a profit and stuff. I don't want to just drop some merch for no reason. Like that's just like whatever, right? Because unless I have a design that I'm really like fucking with, it's not necessary. But yeah, it's just, that's what I that's what I think, right? If you are experiencing burnout as much as I do, where you grind your ass off for 4 to 5 months, and then you crash and burn, and then you sit fucking in limbo for a month, try to take these little breaks and reevaluate your position, and really take a look at what you're doing every day, and take a look at what you're doing on a week to week, month to month, 6 month to 6 month basis, and just figuring it out, figuring out what you're putting your time and energy into. And you really just got to decide, are those the things that I want to be putting my time and energy into? And that's just, that's my opinion. That's just my opinion, man. Jamie King, what's up, bro? How are you? Bro, I'm great. How are you, bro? I don't recognize your name, but I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well as well, my good sir. So yeah, that and say like you are burnt out already, and you're just sort of burnt out. Like, give yourself a break. Like, that's really my opinion on that, is like, continue doing what you want to do, but whatever it is that's making you feel burnt out, just chill. Just chill on that, and just, because you can't keep pushing when you're going downhill, because then you're going in the opposite direction, right? That's the way I think of it, right? Like, if I'm on an upward trajectory and I keep grinding my ass off on the upward trajectory, then I'm pushing and I'm just going to keep going up. But as soon as that trajectory starts to feel draining, and as soon as I start to feel depressed or angry, or start resenting the people that I'm working with, or just, people in general, then I'm pushing down. And that's like, then I'm just pushing the boulder faster and faster, and I'm just going to fucking, I'm going to fall, I'm going to smash into a wall, I'm going to do something. Something's bad's going to happen. I don't know what's at the bottom of that hill, but I don't think I want to know. So yeah, that's that. That's what I think. And that's just my opinion. Janice said it'd be like that. I don't know what you're referring to, but yeah. Yeah, I actually don't know what you're referring to, but you don't have to explain. Don't worry. Yeah, man. I don't really have much more to talk about. If y'all got any comments on any of the shit I've talked about, just drop it right now in the fucking chat. Yeah, man. I'm gonna be doing a lot more coming up. I've got, like I said, like I've been saying all episode, new music next month. Fucking got a lot of shit on the way. I've been producing my own shit, obviously I want to work with producers still, but I've been really enjoying producing my own music, and it feels so good to craft a whole song like that. And like I said earlier this year, one of my goals this year is to fully produce a project, by myself, and like I'll have that done within like 2 months. So I got to set some new goals. Yeah. Having a lot of fun just trying to figure out this stream, because I've got a lot of like streamers that I look at that I sort of want to base the stream off of. Like Nick Mirror's a little bit less because he's sort of just producing, but like Kenny Beats stream I find so funny, and it's just he has a lot of like graphics and shit set up, and I designed some graphics and shit for myself. But I'm gonna try and have Trip design me some animations or something and to do on the Twitch stream. But yeah, like I said earlier, we're figuring all these things out as we go, taking one day at a time, figuring all these things out. But yeah, I'm gonna try and get this Twitch stream rolling. Hopefully we'll continue to do Revelations every Monday, and don't worry if I don't do an episode of Revelations, because that means the next one's gonna be fire. And yeah, I don't think I have anything else to talk about, y'all. We're about 51 minutes in. I don't even know who's still here. I don't know who's still listening. I don't know what's going on. But I think we're finna wrap it up there. Unless y'all got anything else to say. I'm finna make some beats right now. I wish I could go live on Twitch. SMH, bro. Well, I'm not going to stall any longer. This episode has been fun. I apologize for fucking up the audio earlier. It won't happen again, I promise. Yeah, so thank y'all for coming to episode 21. Episode 21 of Revelations. Take a step back. Reevaluate what you're spending all your time on, what your energy on, spending your energy on. Reevaluate what you're spending your money on. Reevaluate what you're doing with your life. And that's it. Have a good night, y'all. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot to say my outro. Revelations every Monday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you missed us live today, or if you're watching this after the fact, rather, help us finesse the algorithm. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe. Hit the notification bell icon so you never miss an episode. That's all I gotta say. Have a good night, y'all. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. That's all I gotta say. Peace out.